Previously on Powerful.
Sup nerds. Welcome to
This is gonna go great.
the other announcement is Prague Power 2018.
I think all of us were planning on going next year.
We are here in the IRL physical studio right after day one of Prague Power USA.
Hey, I'm John Yelland, the singer of Judicator, and I'm thrilled to be here.
This is Tony, I'm the guitar player, and also thank you guys for having us on here.
My name is Andreas, Andrew in English, I guess.
I'm Alvin, I play the rhythm guitar.
How's it going, everybody? This is Jason Ashcraft from Helium Prime.
Hey guys, this is Joseph Michael, I'm the lead vocalist of Helium Prime.
I'm Hansi Kirsch, vocalist of Blind Guardian.
This will be the end of season 1 of Powerful, because now we have seasons.
Stay powerful. Stay raw powerful, guys.
Sup, nerds? Welcome to episode 15 of Powerful, a power metal podcast.
Season 2!
This is 4 Gates. Okay, yeah, season 2, that's right. We have seasons, because we're cool like that. This is 4 Gates, back with another episode, and here I will introduce people, because I totally forgot how. God, it's been like a month. So I have here with my friends in our sauna/studio, Larry Biscuit.
Hello.
Zelda Fan 355.
Good to be back.
And we also have our audio wizard, Darko.
Hello, everyone.
And wait, who's that?
It's coming down the mountainside. It's turning the tide.
I have nothing to do with this.
It's the Wing 2 song. It's Dawn. Welcome,
It's
Dawn.
Dawn.
Hey, what's up?
Dawn is our brand new
Dawn is our
favorite
Polish friend.
friend.
And he's joining us. And that was
the
totally
worst.
not racist at all.
Yeah.
That was so bad.
This is the worst
bit
idea
was
we've ever
great.
had for the intro.
That
Yeah.
was a great bit on paper. It didn't translate well.
I don't know what you guys are going
We're
for.
keeping it in. Don't edit that out. No, that was
No, we're
so
keeping
bad.
that in. We have to keep
Yeah,
that
we're
in.
keeping that in.
Yeah. That's
Okay.
that's pure distilled powerful.
Yeah,
Dawn
as
is-
powerful as all of the synths in Sabaton, right?
Yeah.
Anyway.
We're like 5 minutes into the new season. We're already shitting on Sabaton.
We're not shitting on them. It's
Pure
it's
distilled
powerful.
We are laughing with them.
It's a statement. It's
Laughing
a
with
statement.
them. Okay.
It's a neutral statement. Like the sky is blue. Sabaton has synths. It's a statement. Anyway, enough of that. Today we are gonna talk about music for your mood. What does that even mean? So we are power metal.
That sounds like a
fans.
really nebulous thing.
No, yes.
Like you just made it up.
No, yes. Yeah, it is nebulous. So we are power metal fans, obviously. So I just want to know from our friends here in our sauna studio, do you listen to all power metal all the time? Or do you pick music depending on your mood, like a normal human being?
Wait,
Just
but
kidding.
before we do that, we have news to discuss. Things are
Yes.
happening in the world.
Things are happening. What's happening?
You remember Roy Khan, that dude that sung for Camelot, like once upon a time?
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
guy's overrated.
That guy.
You remember like how he had like a
Oh.
he got like super Jesus-y. He like pulled a
Yeah,
Michael
yeah,
Kiske. A Michelle Kiske. And stopped doing metal forever.
What's he up to now? Since you guys
He's-
are like friends, apparently.
Yeah, well he's back in metal now. It was
Oh, he's
forever
back.
it was forever TM.
Okay.
Conception, his original thing. We talked about it forever ago. This was a fake news that wasn't fake. Conception's back. They gave us a date. The album's called Reconception.
Brilliant.
It's out.
That's really creative.
Is it out in February? Is that in
No,
November? I
it's-
don't know.
The date is in European or
Okay.
international format.
So it's out November 2nd.
Normal format. Yeah, it's
November
us
2nd.
Americans
That's
go
going to
around.
be like when this episode comes out.
Yeah, that's like next week.
Yeah. So when this episode comes out, fans of Prague/Roy Khan, check out Conception.
Reconception.
Reconception, my bad.
Reconception.
Oh, that's what the
and-
album's called.
Yeah. And the art is really weird.
It's super weird album art. I'm looking at it right now. They've got like a giant dead baby with like some praying mantises, and there's a dude
and the
with
mantises have crowns
with a hat, and then there's
It's
like a
not that
giant head.
surprising.
Yeah, you have the queen
Because-
and the king. We have the two
Oh
crowns.
shit, you're right. I didn't
Oh,
see
shit.
the crowns.
and they're
Yeah,
feeding
well,
the
I
baby
just-
something. But
I
the
just
baby's
saw the
dead.
giant heads, and that's like the Parallel Minds album cover. So I thought maybe Conception likes giant heads.
Yeah, but what's the deal with the baby and the dude?
It's a
I
reconception.
don't know.
What do you know? What happens at conception? You create
Yeah,
babies.
you have sex, and baby is made.
And they're
when a
praying
mantis,
mantises?
when a praying mantis has sex with another one, the female eats the head of the male and kills it.
Oh,
According
my god,
to
that
the
makes so much
internet.
sense now.
I don't know if that's real because I didn't check it, but I just remember that factoid.
Praying mantis biologists confirm.
Do you guys think this could be like a metaphor for like rebirth or something? It's like because it's got like the old man, and then
The
like
baby.
weird shit happens, and then he's a baby. It's a reconception.
Yeah,
It's like the new Kojima game, but power metal.
It's actually not power
Dude,
metal at all.
we
Or
need
maybe-
Death Stranding power metal. Let's do
Maybe
it.
not power
progressive
metal.
metal.
Who knows what bands
Yeah,
are
who-
making? It's
who said-
prog. It's not power metal.
Yeah, they don't advertise it.
Why is
like-
this even on our news? Let's move on.
I don't know.
Oh,
It's got Roy
because
Khan.
we talked about this before. How
it's
they
an
made
update.
A
Oh,
crowdfunding
okay. Oh, it's an update.
and everything.
Okay. So let's talk about can we find power metal here even? Next we're gonna talk about Darkmoor.
Darkmoor's power metal.
It was.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah,
What are they up to now?
they're playing. They're a Flogging Molly cover band now.
Oh, is that so?
Basically,
Are you talking about the new single?
yeah. It's basically a Flogging Molly song.
Okay.
I wouldn't call it Flogging Molly, but it's definitely hard rock. Folk
Yeah.
rock even.
It's
Not
it's
power metal.
a good old Boston band now, except they're
Do you
from
think-
Spain.
Do you think their whole album will be like that?
I hope
Yes.
so.
It
That's interesting.
definitely will.
I haven't listened to their new stuff,
it
and I
wa-
feel like I'm missing out at this point.
It wasn't bad. It just wasn't Darkmoor.
And it's weird because they said they're going back to their roots. And
The
now
Roots?
they're releasing
That's not
this.
the Roots.
That's what they said though. I don't know.
I was like,
It's
are they
weird.
gonna release another like Hall of Olden Dreams? Like, no.
Gates of Oblivion, like those two, those two are just
Those are the Roots.
delicious.
Yeah. All right. So that's happening. If you
yeah.
want to, you can contribute to their crowdfunding, I guess.
Yeah, they are
It's
launching
on pledgemusic.com/project/Darkmoor. You can pre-order their new album called Origins. They've got an ultimate fan package for €80. That's about
What?
$90
That's kinda a
What's
lot.
the ultimate fan package?
It is the ultimate fan
View
package.
details. It's got shipping included. Get the new Darkmoor album Origins, signed by all the members of the band, plus their exclusive Darkmoor 20th anniversary live in Madrid CD, plus the exclusive Origins t-shirt / girly version, plus a
Whoa.
signed band photo card, plus the Origins digital download. My God,
Whoa.
that's a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
All
You
for
have a really
60
good-
euros?
You have
80.
a really good advertising voice.
It says 60 for me.
I see 80 right
Darkmoor
here.
should hire
60
you.
is another lower. It's
Wait,
the buying
that's-
package.
Ultimate fan package. You're no ultimate fan.
The ultimate fan package is 60 euros.
No,
No,
it's
it's 80 euros.
It says 60.
This is fake
What the
fucking
fuck?
news
Take a
right here.
screenshot.
And then the
Well,
ultimate fan Madrid package is 70 euros.
Okay, we're on different pages.
Yeah, what are you?
All right. So
I
we
don't
will
know.
have this linked in the show notes if you are Darkmoor /Flogging Molly /folk rock fans. Those may or may not have anything to do with each other, but feel free to contribute to this crowdfunding campaign. And yeah.
And it
That's all
costs
we have.
somewhere between 60 and
And
$80.
it costs somewhere between 60 and 80.
There is
and
one-
there's a range, just like the genre.
There is one interesting thing that if you scroll down, there's still free slots for people that would like an original song written for them for 1,500 euros.
What
Wait,
the
what?
fuck?
I
Yeah,
can have Darkmoor
there's
write a
3
song
of these
for me?
left.
And
Holy
it-
shit.
It's
That's the
Darkmoor write an
ultimate fan
original
package.
song for you on a topic of your choice. This exclusive song will be recorded in acoustic guitar by Enric Garcia and Alfred Romero voice, and will be delivered in digital format.
Oh, can I request something like about turtles?
Yeah,
I'm sure you
if
could.
I really like turtles.
Do you have 1,500 euros or 1,712 USD?
That's a lot of money. I'm trying to pay for a wedding right now.
Would you rather a wedding or a song?
Or
maybe this is a this could be a wedding
about...
gift.
Yeah.
Oh, this could be a wedding gift.
Get everyone at your entire wedding to pitch in for this.
Oh my gosh! Okay, I'll
have
let
them
them know
debut
that.
this song.
Yeah, instead of like a honeymoon
to...
bin.
Instead of a honeymoon, I'll get a song about turtles written by Darkmoor.
Yeah, and it'll
what
be,
could you ever want?
It'll be a classic Flogging Molly song about turtles.
Nice. That's very exciting.
Can you request that it be power metal, or is that going too far?
Oh God. A power
Recorded on acoustic guitar, right?
It will be acoustic power flogging turtle.
Acoustic power flogging turtle. Is that the name of this episode?
I hope not. That's a bad name.
I hope not.
I don't know.
It can be. Remember when I counted off earlier and it was 1, 2, 5, 7? That's how I feel right now. Also, I think the heat from this sauna is making me kind of loony.
You know, so you're dealing with a lot of heat with that blanket recorder. You know, it's like you're in hell, and you're coming back from hell with love. You know who else is doing that?
Oh,
Beast in Black.
Beast in Black.
Beast in Black. Holy shit, indeed. They have a new album coming out. Yeah,
Beast in Back.
Beast in Back. Beat me.
Was that bad or was that awful?
Everything's been
said
bad
it too, so it's probably
this is all bad. This episode is just bad.
Okay.
This is an amazing episode.
Tell
This
us
is what
about
people
Beast
wanted.
in Black. What are they up to?
Well, they've been like touring nonstop while they're not busy getting like a gazillion views on their YouTube videos. So they've got a sophomore album coming out called From Hell with Love. It's coming out February 8th, 2019.
Sick. How Euro dancey do you think this one's gonna be?
You know, that's an interesting question. I'm very curious to see like what direction these guys going. Are they gonna double down on like the dancey synthy stuff? Are they gonna like go like hardcore like berserk shit again? Like what are they gonna do? This guy's
I hope they keep
the title speaks
flip
for
flopping.
itself. The title speaks for itself. It's come from hell with love. This is gonna be super punchy and I'm sure.
Oh my god, that's very exciting.
Nothing says hell more than dance beats, dude.
Ooh, it could be Eurobeat. Is Eurobeat coming back?
I hope so.
But with more guitars.
We need more
Eurobeat with guitars.
More Eurobeat, please.
Yeah. Oh, we're gonna get some Eurobeat later this episode.
How many berserk
I promise
songs?
you.
From Galderia. I know you're listening.
Is he?
I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah.
We're friends.
Definitely
Or at least acquaintances. Keep writing that Eurobeat album. Galderia 4 into the Eurobeat. Return of the Eurobeat Men.
This is the Beast in Black section, not the Euro fucking
God,
Galderia
Let's
section.
Let's go back to Beast in Black. So Beast in Black, we all know, released an album that we have reviewed before. We reviewed their singles and had an idea on those singles. Then we listened to the album. The album was different from the singles. And you can hear that if you go to an older episodes. And now, like super fast after touring, or I think they are touring now, they are going to release a new album. It has a date, February 8th, 2019. So it's not really far.
Yeah, that's gonna be here before we know it.
They are doing stuff.
They're gonna have some singles, I bet.
Also for our European fans, friends, etc., they have a headlining tour next year, starting in February. End of February, it looks like, is when it starts.
Yeah, they're going to close out this year supporting Nightwish on the European stretch of their Decades tour, and then they're going to be touring around Europe for the beginning of 2019. These guys have been touring like a fuck ton, like all like over Europe and whatnot. I think they're just extremely popular, which is impressive for like, this is the band's first album. Like, yeah, they have like the Battle Beats connection, but even then, like Blind and Frozen has like 10 million or something fucking views on YouTube. It's insane.
That's really impressive. They definitely did something right with that style of music.
They exploded onto the scene.
Yeah.
Would you say this is like the most like successful debut of like any metal band I've seen?
Yes.
No.
I'm not sure about that, but from
That's
the
a
past
really
years,
big claim.
Yes. from these past 5 years, probably in metal is the biggest debut. I guess.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
how about Demon Bitch?
Oh yeah, Demon Bitch.
That shit was insane. Are you kidding me?
How many views does Demon Bitch have on YouTube?
Like
Does
6.
that correlate with anything other than a lot of people
liking the thing?
We're talking about explosive debuts.
Like,
okay.
I mean, Beast in Black
Fine.
have they toured before this European one? I guess they did.
Yeah, they've been touring like nonstop. Demon Bitch's album has 23,000 views.
They played in LA. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, but they're from Detroit. They're probably like,
I mean, that's
went
kind
on
of far.
vacation.
It's like 6-hour flight. Yo. Okay. Anyway, speaking of other bands, shit, there's nothing in common between Beast in Black and Evertale. That was a failed transition. Let's talk about Evertale.
Yeah, because one of them has guitars. Oh, got him. Anyway.
Oh, sick.
Yeah, but the other one has like 3 songs. Ooh, got him.
Ooh,
spicy.
Yeah, we are.
I like Evertale.
Spicy today.
I like Evertale though. No hard feelings, Evertale.
Anyway, this is hot off the presses. This one's hot. So we were preparing for this episode, and I saw Evertale post that they have a new album being created, an album called The Heartland Must Fall, which is being inspired by a fantasy series by Bernhard Hennen. I can't speak German, but it's German for the Elven.
Bernard.
The Elfen.
The Elfen?
The Elf. Translates to elf or something.
It's the elves.
Yeah, it's the Elven.
That's plural. The elves.
Yeah.
The elves.
So, Evertale, I am fond of this band. They like doing really nerdy fantasy-inspired shit, which seems like they're going to keep going with. Their album is supposed to be released in the second half of 2019. So that's going to be another one to put on the docket for next year.
Yeah, they're a promising band. I thought they kind of sounded pretty samey on their debut, but it still was a worthy listen.
They're one to follow, I think.
Yeah, they're definitely one to follow. They're only getting better, I hope.
Yeah, they're also team up with a new producer, Sebastian C. Bliverman.
So this will all be in the show notes. Look out for Reconception by Conception, Darkmoor's Pledge Music Thingy, Beast in Black upcoming release, and Evertale upcoming release. So, yeah, that's all we have for the news. Do you guys have any other comments? Last comments?
Not really.
I don't think so.
That was a long silence.
Any late breaking final news?
I don't know. This Evertale one was pretty recent, but they didn't say much, so we don't have much to add on top of it.
Yeah, except to just be on the lookout. And they're like a new band, and it's nice to support new bands so that the genre doesn't die.
Don't wait to get morbid.
But can you kill what is already dead?
What is dead may never die.
Okay.
We can say...
what is dead may never die. We will just be
it's metal.
Immortal, undead zombies of power metal.
You can't kill metal because it's been dead since it started.
It's okay. We can... I think this conversation about whether metal is dead or not can go a lot of different directions.
No, it's good dead.
I think
it's not like bad dead.
This is a good topic.
It's like metal dead.
This is a good topic for another episode, and we should delve into
Yeah, okay. We will table this for another episode because I have a lot of thoughts on this too. But for now, we're going to talk about us. We're going to get... Powerful is going to get real up close and personal and talk about, what do you listen to, or like how do you approach your power metal listening? Do you just like only listen to power metal, or do you choose music depending on your mood? How do you determine what you listen to?
Do we listen to different stuff while doing different things?
Yeah, do you?
Yes.
Oof.
Elaborate.
Are we starting with me?
Yes.
Yeah. Let's start
you
with
seem
you
to be
arbitrarily.
leading the
you
charge
volunteered.
here.
All right.
I was going to ask for volunteers, but you just did.
All right. So, lead me. Where do I start? 4 gates.
All right, Biscuit. Okay.
When do you listen to ska?
When do I listen to ska?
Yeah.
Well, see, if I pull up my Spotify made for you, my daily mixes. Currently, I have daily mix 1 as ska, and daily mix 2 is power metal, and daily mix 3 is pop punk. So
those are your like
that's
3
my life.
music categories.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you do like power metal while brushing your teeth and like ska when you're working out? Like, what is your routine?
Really depends on the day. While driving, I listen to power metal, but sometimes I also listen to pop punk. It really just depends on my mood.
Are there specific contexts for each one?
What mood would it be where you listen to power metal?
Power metal is a little more like complicated generally than pop punk or ska. So if I'm feeling like tired or out of it, I might put power metal on the back burner for a little bit. There's a lot going on in those songs. Some days I want to feel like I'm going to cry a lot, so I put on Seventh Wonder's Tiara and listen to that
God.
for four album listens in a row.
Dude, spoilers.
You know.
Dude. There's gonna be spoilers all over this portion, although I don't think it matters anyway, because everything's in the show notes. Anyway,
I've actually been I'll talk about what I'm listening to now later, I guess. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. It just kind of depends on the mood.
Just talk about what you're like. What are some stuff that you? How are you feeling? This sounds like a psychotherapy section, but what was your general mood this week, and what kind of stuff did you listen to?
Biscuit analysis.
I listened to a lot of Seventh Wonder.
Okay.
I've been listening to a lot of that album, just Tiara, not Seventh Wonder as a whole. I actually don't like their other albums. I keep trying, but I don't like them.
So odd, but okay, yeah, fair enough.
It's like with Stradivarius. I keep trying. I try every now and then to get into it. It just doesn't work.
Okay, that's okay.
But yeah, I mean, I listened to a sweet J-ska band that our buddy Edeledron showed me called Ore Ska Band. They're pretty cool.
Ore Ska Band? Like
it's like a
ska band?
It's a girl group / ska band from Japan. Pretty cool.
So a ska band. Okay.
Yeah.
You find the strangest things.
I didn't find it.
You bring up the strangest things that other people found.
I don't know. I'm listening to Boys of Battle. We'll talk about that on a different episode. The Boys.
Okay.
All right, I'll jump in and offer my 2 cents here.
Yeah. How about you, ZF?
Yes, the ZF, the Zep. So
the Zef.
Like you said, power metal there's a lot going on. It's a lot of auditory information for you to bring to process. And I'm weird because I can be very adaptable when it comes to power metal. Like, I can have it on when I'm driving or when I'm like doing work on something or just like perusing the internet, not even really paying attention to it. It's just I just like to have it there. It's a nice presence. Like, I can listen to it to get hyped up for things because, that's kind of power metal's thing. Like, oh, it's fast paced and energetic and soaring vocals that just make you want to go wah and punch some shit, and it's great.
All right.
But on the other hand, power metal can be extremely relaxing for me. Like, if I just I did this a lot in college when I wanted to take a nap or something, or I do it these days when I'm traveling all the goddamn time and I'm gonna sleep on a plane. I can lay down, pop the headphones in, crank Blind Guardian or whoever the fuck, and just sort of ignore everything else that's going on and just relax and lose myself into the Hansi or the whatever I'm listening to. It is very strangely relaxing. I know people.
It's very familiar to you. No, I think it makes a lot of sense because Blind Guardian's music is very familiar to you. So
I guess it's the old favorites are the ones that I can really relax to without having to get super into. I guess is that weird?
Yeah.
I'm not really sure if I'm describing that right.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Also but branching off of that, that's a lot of the reason I don't like popular music because it's not familiar. I don't know how it works. Right?
It'll get familiar if you turn on the radio a lot and you hear the same things.
You just go outside and you're around other people. You're gonna hear pop music.
No, not outside. The pop music's fine.
What is outside?
But it's
elaborate on this outside for me.
Popular hip hop. I don't know how hip hop works. I don't know how any of their beats work. I don't know how songs are made in hip hop. I can't predict it. I hate it.
You don't
So I
know
don't-
Yeah, I don't want to
language.
generalize
It's
hip hop
different and I
because
hate it.
I have a lot of
It-
respect for hip hop, so I have a lot of like hip hop
Like,
fan friends.
I'm sure it's good. I just
yeah.
it fucks with me, man, because I don't
you
get
just, You don't speak the language. That's the
it.
thing.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, it's how like none of my friends like power metal. They're like, I don't get it, which is fine.
and it's too slow.
What?
Metal's
all, the
fast.
music, all other music is too slow
It's not
for
slow.
us.
No,
I don't think it's slow.
it's
but
not.
Anyway,
But that's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Darko, do you want to add?
Yeah,
I'd
hit us
say-
with a hot take, Darko.
Like different genres of music, they have their own structures and languages. It's like learning another language. So maybe a lot of people don't get bebop jazz, and a lot of people don't get hip hop, and a lot of people don't get house music and whatever, and that's okay. You still can get it if you get into it, but if you don't get into it and learn the language, everything will always sound like the same thing. Like all metal is just noise, or all jazz is just doodly 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 doodly.
Oh yeah, you definitely can't generalize like, oh, all hip hop is like something. I have no opinions.
No, I'm gonna generalize because I don't know it.
That's totally that's like
Yeah.
what people say about metal. Oh, all metal is just screaming and violence.
Yeah, and that will be
and that's not true.
that will be your perception of any genre you're not familiar with
That you're not
until
familiar
you
with, exactly.
get into it and understand the language and
Until
take the
something
information
clicks.
in.
Yeah, because otherwise you'll just be that guy who's like, oh, metal's just screaming. It's like satanic. And then meanwhile you're like sitting there listening to Blind Guardian sing about like bards, and you're like, this is not satanic. What?
Or little girls going on spaceships to talk to aliens. But
That's not.
Or
That's later.
We were
Or a-
going to get into that later.
or a group of
in
boys
depth.
battling.
Over strawberry ice cream
I-
and or
yeah.
penguins.
I'm curious, what are the I guess like your dark horse genres, the ones that you get into that other people might not suspect of you as a power metal fan? I know Larry here has talked about his ska.
Lots of
but,
ska.
Yeah.
What about you, For? What are you into that's completely like I guess removed from power metal?
Don't. I don't know. I think people are surprised that I'm into power metal in the first place. I guess people just have a lot of conceptions about, like, I don't know.
Small Asian
like,
scientist
I,
girls.
I
Think about it from the perspective of
I
our
don't
fan
look like
base
a
who
metal
just know
fan.
you for the hardcore true metal person that you are.
I am okay, so I like a variety of music. I mostly listen to metal. I like Europower and USPM. If I look at what I listened to last week, here goes. Riot, The Privilege of Power, Dragony, because I had to. Mgła, because we have a friend from Poland and he taught me how to pronounce this band's name.
How do you
Oh, and
pronounce
they
it?
are on Spotify. Mgła?
Great
Mgła?
band.
Mgła?
Mgła?
Yeah.
Mgła.
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 Mgła, tak.
Mgła. It means fog, right?
Yeah.
Or something?
That's
Yeah.
a cool
Yeah.
name.
They are on Spotify now, and it is a really big deal, actually. And
Oh,
I
God.
fucking love them. And
Hey, Loudon.
yeah, I love them. I love them so much. And I also listen to Elder Wind, which is like atmospheric black metal. And I also listen to Thonic, which is like Taiwanese symphonic black metal.
You're just getting more
Yeah, I
and
don't
more
know.
true and deep and obscure. It's not what
I don't no, it's not obscure. Like these are all really popular bands in like black metal, I guess.
Yeah, but in the genres, I mean, like, I don't know what, like, I think Seth was trying to cage you into saying that you like, I don't know, Swedish pop or something, and you just
Oh,
went.
Yeah,
oh,
what are
okay.
your what's your normie? What are
My
your what's your normie side?
My
Not your
normie,
symphonic black metal side.
sorry. I guess. Sorry, I have something. Hold on. I'm not that cool. My fiance is a big like Japanese indie fan. Oh my god, this is gonna be all like cult and obscure too. Fuck.
It's okay. No,
Oh my
okay,
God.
it's okay. It's
Yeah,
okay.
yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
We're
we
learning things today.
Yeah,
This
we're
is
learning.
great.
We're learning that
Okay,
4 is
so
the truest of everyone.
We've
here.
been listening to like this really cool Japanese prog band called Trico. They're spelled Tricot.
That's a Pokemon,
And
by the
they
way.
have all these like insane time signature changes and like different rhythms going on at the same time. It's just absolutely nuts. And the vocalist is like she has this really like sweet like head voice, and it's just like a huge contrast to the insane time signature changes. It's really cool. Okay, that's not normie, I realize. Sorry.
It's okay. It's okay. Don't feel pressure to like normie
To like
stuffs,
certain
like we
things.
call it. That's
Yeah.
okay. You like what you like. We're learning here.
Yeah, yeah.
We don't
yeah.
genre
oh god,
shame.
we're getting real personal
Yeah.
up in here.
We don't genre shame here.
Yeah, we don't. I thought
We-
that's
I
all
mean,
we
we do.
Just
Like-
kidding.
we
I'm
do
just
it,
I'm,
but
I'm
no,
saying
not
that
really.
now, but right now we don't genre shame. Maybe in like 5 minutes we will.
Maybe in like 5 minutes. Can we genre shame someone else? Can we genre shame Dawn?
Yeah,
Ooh.
Don,
Just
we
kidding.
don't.
Don's our friend.
Your podcast first timer. We're not gonna have much an idea of your tastes.
Yeah,
So
we-
we gotta fast track the personal familiarization
Some
here.
good
yeah.
Polish
So
taste.
how was your week? Tell us about how your week went, how your mood was, and what you were listening to.
Oh, my week was great, but I was just mostly listening to one album, and it's a Polish artist. It's like the biggest album in Poland right now, and it's by an artist called Dawid Podsiadło.
Gesundheit.
We are the worst.
David something?
Dawid Podsiadło, yes.
David Podsiadło. Cool.
We'll put that
What
one in
kind
the
of music is
description.
it?
It's like a pop music mixed with synthwave, I guess.
Ooh,
Ooh.
that sounds fun.
Yeah,
really
it's
cool.
interesting. It's really good, actually. And
It's like Snowblood. Did you listen to Snowblood?
no, I have no idea what that is.
Oh, it's good.
I know. I don't know if it's like that, but Snowblood is cool.
Snowblood was good.
It's still pop, but it's great.
That's very cool.
But yeah,
Yeah.
mostly that. Not much more. Maybe some power metal, yes. Yeah.
Is that usually on the radio though? Like,
Yes.
what do your radios play?
Same stuff yours do, probably. But
That's so weird. Why are other countries' radios playing American stuff?
Oh, American stuff dominates the world.
Because it's popular.
It does. I know. I'm
America.
just like, it was a rhetorical
We
question.
won the cultural victory.
Oh, I guess
Ooh,
for better or for
civilization
worse.
jokes.
Hey.
Yeah, that's the world we live in. So I know Darko has a very like diverse variety of music, popular and obscure.
I am so diverse.
And also I have heard that Darko has a very particular music listening routine.
Does he? I want to
Do-
hear about
do you
this
wanna-
routine.
Do you want to elaborate on that?
Apparently, I'm weird.
Do you like make an
Yeah,
event out of listening
please.
to something?
Sometimes, yes. Like I did last week, I listened to the original soundtrack from Doom 2016 that I bought the deluxe version on vinyl. So I made an afternoon on a Sunday just to listen to it, and it was great.
That's awesome.
Were you just like sitting on a comfortable chair with like a glass of Coke? Like,
Yeah. I was in my
That's
couch
awesome.
on the main sound system that we have at home on a home theater, set to stereo, but with a subwoofer, which was required for the music. If you haven't listened to it and you're a metal fan, you're an electronic music fan, or you just like fun and powerful stuff, I'd say listen to the original soundtrack to Doom 2016 by Mick Gordon. Everything is made out of synths, and there's one guitar here and there just for
That's
texture,
amazing.
but everything is made of synths, and he's a genius with synths and signal processing, and it's the most brutal thing ever. And I am really surprised that they translated it so well to vinyl, and I'm happy because I bought this very expensive version because the art is cool, and I did that. I just set up an afternoon. I'm doing nothing else but going there, putting the first record, first side, listening to it, and whenever it's required, go and flip it and pull in the next one. Maybe bathroom break between records. It's a 4-disc thing, so it was a nice afternoon.
It's four vinyls, so
Yes.
that's like 8 sides.
Yes.
It's a
Oh my
workout
gosh.
just to listen to that album.
No,
Yeah.
it's
You
just-
gotta
No,
get up.
I think that's really cool though. You actually dedicated time to sit down and like just listen, just do one thing. So you're not like trying to multitask
Yeah.
and do a million things at once. I feel like that really clears your mind and allows you to focus on the
Yes.
music.
And
Yeah,
it's
when
really
it's an album
nice.
I'm looking forward to, I'll commit to it like that. Like, won't look at anything, won't read anything. Just okay, I'm just gonna sit down, headphones, boom, music, go.
I think I need to do that more.
You should.
Like, I think this is gonna get all, I don't know, psychological, like this entire fucking episode, but I think we as a people
Oh,
in a,
wow.
in a capital, we live in a society.
This is a
and
capital.
I
This is a
don't
capital
understand-
P,
and I-
people.
And I do not
Oh, no.
understand that meme, but I think we need to chill the fuck out.
We need to
Like,
make more time for
no,
ourselves.
Yeah, we need to make more. We do need to make more time for ourselves. I'm not being sarcastic. So you, listener, pick an album that you've been meaning to really get into and sit your ass down. Grab your favorite beverage.
Turn off your screen if you're listening to it on the computer.
Yeah, and don't browse.
Turn off the
Just
screen.
Like, chill.
Remove the keyboard and the mouse. Just listen.
Maybe draw a nice hot bath.
That might be difficult.
Light some candles.
That would probably be too complex for a lot
I
of
actually
people, but
did
yeah,
that.
that's great.
What back when I had a bathtub in the old apartment, I put on Ashbringer, which is another black metal band, and I just like turn off the lights and I sat in the
Ooh,
tub.
spooky.
Is that creepy?
No, it's
Is that
great.
creepy?
No,
No.
I actually
Okay.
I do that since the bath because I don't have a bathtub where I fit.
Yeah, I don't have a bath anymore, and I
But,
actually
yeah.
like after I did that, I realized I hate baths because like only your half of your body is in, and you're like fucking cold.
Oh, you got to slouch
like,
down into the bath.
halfway.
Yeah, no, you need a bigger
And then I
bath.
have
That's the thing.
and then I have back pain because I have really bad posture. So baths are weird. But anyway, listening to music like focused in a focused manner is encouraged. Bath optional.
It's great to break up your week or your routine. Like, you know that
Oh, yeah.
sometimes you need time for yourself because you're doing a million things.
And you're so tired.
Yeah, and we probably younger people than us are more like this, that they probably never actually sing listening to music as an activity on itself. Since
That's so true.
before, when we were kids, for example, most of us here, it was a requirement to listen to music, to go and put a cassette or a CD into its own device and play it, and when it reaches the end, flip it to the other side to continue.
Yeah, that's true. It's a really conscious thing.
Mhm.
Like when I was, I stayed in an Airbnb once and there was a record player, and I don't have one at home, even though we have a bunch of vinyls that we can't play. Priorities. But it was like, oh, one side is over. I guess I have to go flip it now.
Yeah.
But that just shows like I'm actively listening and I realize that it ended and now I have to flip it. And then you kind of like appreciate the structure of the album. You're like, oh, this musician has built like an intro to ease me in, and like maybe, you know, they try to like put a faster song in the middle and like have a conclusion or something.
Yeah, it's not just a playlist going
Yeah,
on.
totally.
And trying to take this back to our original idea for this talk, but this talk was great. When I bought that record, that album, the Doom OST, and I listened to it last week, but I got it like a month ago or more.
And you waited that solid month just to get like the perfect.
I was waiting. I wanted to listen to it in full, right? It's not something that I usually do. Listening to albums in full. Actually, we'll get to that. But it was like,
You don't?
no, I
Huh.
mostly don't. It was like, I want to dedicate myself to this task, to being able to see it on the living room, put on the record, and appreciate it because I really like the music. Like I've known this album. I listened to that album on my phone for a year before even playing the game.
Really? Because that game is sick.
I ended up buying it. It's
Doom?
sick. Yeah, I really liked it. I really liked it when I played it, but I just got the OST first. And after a year, I said, I should try this game because if it's half as good as the album, then it's a great game.
You know, I'm glad you've brought up the Doom soundtrack, Darko, because that's one of my go-to outside of power metal things is soundtracks for games or TV shows or movies or things like that. Halo is probably the one that I hit the most. Like that Halo 3 soundtrack is just too good.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of good soundtracks there, and they are great for. Maybe they are not. You wouldn't think of that as a thing you want to listen to and do nothing else, because usually that's music that's made for being the background for doing something. For example, playing a game. But in this case, to me, it is. It's really cool. And again, I wanted to get a nice moment for myself to listen to the whole thing and blast it.
And blast it, of course.
Of course.
Those blast beats.
Yeah, I think that's what I kind of use car time for. I just like, because in the car you're forced to not do anything else. But I think like sitting at home and being very conscious and not having to drive while you're listening is a whole nother level of like focus.
That's true. I listen to a lot of music in the car because I drive a lot now for work.
Yeah.
And that's one of my like, all right, this is a new album that I have to listen to times.
Yeah, I would do that, except like I don't have everything on CD. I buy a lot of digital albums, and my car is older than. Is it older than some of you? Maybe it's older than Dawn.
No, that can't. Thanks.
Yeah. But okay, what's in my car right now is the Keepers of Jericho, a Halloween tribute album that I picked up at Prog Power, and it's actually amazing. I love it so much. My favorite tracks are Luca Turilli covering "I'm Alive."
I love that song.
And Elisa Darkmore covering "Halloween." It's so good.
Like when I'm like really want to give like an album like a solid listen, I basically have to do it at home because I think that my headset for my computer, my desktop is like the highest quality audio device that I own.
Oh.
And so popping it on the desktop is like that's how I get my quality listens. My earbuds that I use for my phone I think are decent quality, but it does, because those don't wrap around the ears, it doesn't have the same effect in my mind.
Yeah, the main thing there that you will feel is the low end, how low it gets when you have your big over-ear headphones.
I have noticed that difference.
Yeah, and you get first the feeling of having them on, that's pressure, and probably silence isolates you from the outside better, and you get this greater sense of low end because it's not just the audio that you're listening, but like you feel the low end vibrations, at least with the headphones that we have, which I think we all have the M50s that probably everyone has. They're like really standard right now, the Audio Technica ones, and they have a really enhanced low end, so they are very good for leisure listening.
I think I have the M40. No, it's good stuff to know. We love Darko audio nerdness. That you have that perspective that none of us can offer.
So the headphones are definitely like my definitive listen thing.
Yeah, I think you just need. I think we talked. Darko and I have talked about this like in, I guess not on air before, but can you share maybe just a little snippet about like audiophile quote unquote equipment and whether like
no. We wanted
and he laughs.
We wanted to do this on a different episode.
Yeah.
Okay.
This will be a future discussion.
All right. So this is more than a little snippet. This is like an entire episode worthy rant.
Yeah.
Okay.
We have so many teasers this episode. It's a real season premiere.
No, it's good. It's good. We have a lot of ideas for you, which is good. And I realized I totally forgot to plug our social media in the beginning when we were introducing ourselves. So this is gonna serve this is gonna be like the mid-episode ad, but
podcast halftime.
Yeah, podcast halftime. I am sweating and suffocating, and you can also find us on powerful-podcast.com. Find all our previous episodes there, and also links to all of our social media. We are on Instagram at Powerful Podcast. We are on Twitter at, what's your Twitter handle?
Powerful PM.
Powerful PM, and that's all linked on the website. And you can also email us. That's on the website too. But basically, if you go to powerful-podcast.com, you can find all of our links, and also find us on Facebook. Just search Powerful, a Power Metal podcast. Send us a message. We read everything. We read all the comments.
Also,
we laugh sometimes.
Also,
and we reply sometimes.
We are, if you just Google Powerful Podcast, you'll get us now. We are number one.
Yeah.
With our ambiguous name.
We are the number one Power Metal podcast on iTunes.
No, if you just Google Powerful Podcast.
Oh my God, we're not even Power Metal Podcast now. We're just Powerful
If you just
podcast?
Google Powerful Podcast, our ambiguous title that anything could be, you get us.
That's amazing.
We're like the top 3.
The power of search engine visibility.
Well
done,
and
everyone.
to
help, if you like what you're listening to and you want to help us out, write us a review on iTunes. We've noticed that we have a couple of reviews. Shout outs to those people, and we also get a lot of like good feedback on Reddit and Facebook. But if you guys could just copy and paste us onto iTunes, that would be pretty rad because it helps us show up higher in searches.
Yeah, and if you check out the Facebook and the Instagram, sometimes have some great shit posts on them. So if you're looking for those funnies,
quality shit posts that actually take a long time to produce. But yeah, that's our social media, and that's all we have.
Remember, boys and girls out there, the more you shill us, the more we can shill for you.
Yeah, we like to support newer power metal bands, and send us your albums. We'll listen, and we'll talk about it if we like it.
As you all know, we got Hansi previously. Our next goal, we're gonna get Toby. We're gonna get him.
We've got some big goals and some big plans.
That's for you, the fans. We're gonna get to buy a Samet one day for the fans, not for us.
For us as well, yeah.
Also for us.
For us as
But
well.
really,
also,
for us.
I have so many questions.
It's kind of for us, but it's actually for the fans.
Yeah, I also have a lot of questions for like a lot of the people we have in mind.
Dude, if we can get Toby and Kiski on for an Avantasia cast, that'd be so sick.
Can we just get like everyone on Avantasia on, actually?
At the same time?
Yeah, like a 20-person podcast. Let's do
65 of them.
Yeah, all 65 of us.
That's gonna take like 3 years to edit now.
I want the sound crew in there also. We're gonna be like that small stage when they performed in Anaheim on a Monday night that one time. Crowded and hot.
You know, they have the flying circus, we have the flying podcast.
Yeah. And we're coming back to the cast after our long-ass social media plug, which is totally necessary. And what were we talking about?
Now we're going to get into the meat of the episode.
The plant-based protein of the episode for all you non-meat eaters.
None of that touchy-feely psychology bullshit. We're getting down to the brass tacks, to the metal.
I guess.
Yeah.
So, in other words, we're going to review some albums. Now that hopefully you guys have a little bit of an idea of the kind of music we listen to and where we listen to it. I guess I didn't really talk about how I like to listen to music to cancel out what I'm doing, but that's fine.
I'm curious
you guys
about
can
that.
probably figure it out, really.
Yeah, I think we can go a bit more.
I like to listen to power metal if I'm doing really quiet stuff, like if I'm at work just working on my computer. And then if I'm like, so I train like powerlifting stuff usually, and I listen to like really mellow stuff then. Like I like to do the atmospheric black metal then.
To wind down?
I don't know. It's to make me less nervous. Because sometimes I get like really nervous on like a heavy squat.
Oh yeah.
And then I just need to chill.
That makes sense.
So
well, since I think we can talk about this a bit more.
Okay.
Because
do you
I like
listen to music to complement your mood? Like, I'm very excited today. Let's fuck some shit up and like put on some fast nonsense.
Yeah, definitely. I like doing that.
I touched on that earlier when I was talking about Tiara, and like I said,
Yeah.
when I'm feeling really
like,
somber,
bummed.
I want to listen to Victorious through Farewell Part 3 specifically on Tiara. Just those 4 tracks.
Can I hit you guys with an open question? Are there specific contexts that you might try to listen to a specific type of song? Like, for example, when I'm traveling, I sometimes find myself listening to a lot of epics, a lot of longer songs. I feel like it makes the trip go faster.
Because you're on a journey. That makes sense.
Or like I'll listen to songs about like going home or something, like "Come On Home" by Freedom Call, or "Heading North" by Storm Warrior. Like sometimes those fitting thematically with the song, or just straight up being longer, I think are fun little things to tie in with.
I have kind of activity specific songs, but they may or may not make sense.
Hit us with it.
I listened to Vision Divine, the 25th Hour album, and basically all the Loopy albums in the shower a lot. I just put my phone outside because I think, I don't know, they're fun to sing along to. Because Loopy has a nice voice and I don't. And other activity specific songs. I mentioned this to you guys in like chat before, but Nightwish reminds me of wisdom teeth extraction surgery.
What?
Because when I had my wisdom teeth removed, I just did local anesthesia, and then I asked the dentist if I can put on headphones to drown out the sound of bone grinding and the drill. So Nightwish now reminds me of wisdom teeth extraction surgery.
That's so specific.
That's a good segue.
What?
I guess
that's a good transition topic. Like what do you associate with what? Like what albums do you associate with like activities?
With certain activities.
Yeah. I've got a good one on that. I've got a good one.
Do you guys have any fun associations?
So
I don't know if I call this one fun, but
yes.
So the song Silver Lake by Darkmoor, relevant. We talked about this. I associate that song with car accidents.
Oh my god!
Because I was in high school and I got into an extremely minor car accident in the parking lot, and that was the song that was playing when that happened.
Music has a really, really strong bond with memories.
It does.
Just like smells do as well. Music is more common to understand and share with everyone. For example, I associate the first Dragon Force albums with my early years of college, because that's when I had them all on my phone, so I listened to them a lot. When going, I listened to like what's the name of the song? Dragon Force song that has a video from the first 3 or 4 albums.
Through the Fire and Flames?
No, not that one.
Operation Ground and Pound.
No, after that. The blue video with the screens.
Long Journey Home?
No, that's the awful video.
The awful one.
Heroes of Our Time.
Yeah, Heroes of Our Time. Yeah, well done.
Nailed it.
Well done. That's great.
First try.
Yeah.
Good job.
So that song, when that comes up on my random Spotify or whatever, instantly reminds me of me going on the bus to college on a Saturday morning. It's like instant tied there, because at that time I had those songs on all the time. And music really likes to bond with memories, and maybe having that like it helps your memory, it helps you remind stuff, because the memories get tied to that song, so you have an instant recall mechanism for that memory.
That's so true.
It's like some Inception shit.
No, that's so true. Like, I just think of Stradivarius Destiny, and it just reminds me of like taking the bus to school, and I can just see myself like walking to like the math building to drop off my homework and stuff.
I feel like I don't have feelings at all because I don't have any of that.
Don has no feelings confirmed.
I don't have any music associated with memories, or I don't even listen to music by mood. I just listen to whatever I play.
And that's
whatever
valid.
That you happen to find that day.
Yeah, just like
That's
that.
great. That's awesome.
I don't think it's awesome. I don't know.
No, don't feel bad.
Weird.
No, don't.
No.
You're just
No, we don't shame.
For example, you're the opposite.
You're
of
just
me,
young.
For example, you're the opposite.
I think you listen to a lot more music than I do. I'll speak for myself.
I don't know.
Because like
about
sometimes
that.
I just like sometimes I just feel like I can't listen to power metal because I'm so tired.
Yeah, I have that,
Yeah.
but it's not because of mood. I just listen to too
don't feel
power
like
metal
it.
and I switch to a different genre.
Yeah. I totally get you.
I associate Winter Sun's Time 1 with my senior year of high school because it came out like around that time, and I listened to it like nonstop that year. And I even put one of the instrumental songs in my one of my video projects for school that year.
Wow. Aren't you cool?
I did. I am very cool.
You're so cool. So you had the isolated track from the
so there was like
version of Time.
No. It was I think they had like a bonus version of the album that had instrumental versions, and I acquired it and then put it in a video.
You acquired it, or you acquired it?
Oh my god, Biscuit!
Don't be like that.
Sketchy.
From a professional standpoint,
Biscuit.
I am drawing no distinction between your two previous statements.
I said acquired.
That was
all
great.
I did was I said acquired twice.
Okay.
So.
Yeah, and there was no commercial use for that video, so it's okay, Jari. No need for
we support you.
Any legal action.
I just made my high school video production class. I had to listen to like a minute of the title track of Time. It was pretty sick.
Wow.
You force people.
High school kiddos to winter sauna. That's amazing.
It's true. I did.
You did. Good job.
Round of applause.
I also put I think I put an Ensiferum song in a different video that year, and then I even used a separate Ensiferum song in a college project. So
wow, you are like Yari #1 fan.
Well,
unless it was like new.
In college, it was off Victory Song, so it wasn't Yari.
Okay.
But I like sneaking in metal songs in places that I might not be able to in normal context.
Yeah, I'm wondering how much like metal I should sneak into like our wedding. I don't know. Probably like zero.
All of it.
All of it.
No.
All of it.
Probably like zero. I just want it to like begin and go well.
Just play all the romantic songs in metal.
Kane's Offering, Build You a Rome, then you're doing something wrong.
Oh yeah, I should insert that somewhere.
The most romantic power metal song ever.
To Labyrinth and Midnight Autumn's Dream.
Or Lady Lost in Time.
Oh yeah, that's too fast. I can't.
I don't care.
I don't want to move that fast.
Well, yeah, that's fast.
Universe on Fire should be there.
Boom.
Oh yeah, at the dance portion. Yeah. That's good. Okay, let's do that.
When everyone is
I really want to get into the reviews. There's like this track that I really like that I want to talk about. Anyway.
Ooh,
so,
is that a transition? If I ever heard one.
I guess.
So now we're gonna get down
to
the meat of the episode.
Yeah,
the
we're
brass
gonna review some albums now,
to the metal.
Now that you've heard what we like to listen to during oral surgery, let's review our first album of the day, night, time of day. Unlucky Morpheus, change of generation. Great singing, thank you.
You know what? I forgot to listen to that. Whoops.
Oh my gosh.
What?
It's funny because I went through like all of fucking JPM like 2 weeks ago.
It was a really good album. Yeah, Unlucky Morpheus. I think they started out as a Toho like arrangement
they did.
band.
I listened to their fucking Toho albums before.
Yeah.
I listened to all of their contracted stuff, but I didn't listen to any of their originals.
Oh, okay. Who has heard Change of Generation?
I have. It's really good.
I listened to it. It's good. I like
Sweet.
it.
Yeah.
I've heard it and I don't like it at all.
Well, no one asked you.
Yeah. I asked him. Oh my gosh, so rude. To our Polish guest.
I think it's just not my style.
Yeah, it's like super neoclassical, like
yeah. Yes, but I like Galnerius, or however you pronounce it.
Yeah, this is like I would say this album is for fans of Galnerius.
For sure.
And, like,
it's very JPM-y.
Strato and like Yngwie Malmsteen. Like people who like the neoclassical guitar stuff.
Yeah, they're so good.
But there's like a shit ton of violin. Like,
yeah, I wanted to talk about that. The violin
Talk about the violin.
The violin is very, very present on this album. I guess they have keyboards, but I think the violin really fills in.
They have a violinist.
Yeah,
like she's in the band.
Like when I saw Neil Bliviscaris a few weeks ago, I was really impressed with like they're having their violinist as like a normal like member of the band, and that's what these guys do.
Like super important in it.
And so we need more violins in metal. Like I know we talked about Elven King before.
I like solo violin.
They have like a straight up violinist that plays shit, but doing less of a folky thing and more of just like adding another layer to the music. I really like. They have keyboards as well, but I think the violin fills in that role a lot more of just adding like another tool for the melody.
So I like that the vocals, which is Fuki, who is also from Lightbringer, another like Japanese power metal band. The vocalist and the violin is playing different melodies at the same time, and I like that.
Yeah, the vocals are the one thing I'm not as into. Maybe it's just
really
I'm just not as big on like
vocals were great.
On like female Japanese
Yeah,
vocals.
no, I
They
get that.
try to sound like they're 5 years old, and
I don't like
weird.
Fuki. It's too high pitched. She's too high
too
pitched.
anime-y.
Yeah.
Like I get that people like that, but it's just not my thing.
Oh, you haven't listened.
I
to
have the
anything,
exact
dude.
same.
Oh my
This
gosh,
is
you
not-
haven't listened
yeah,
to
this is-
enough. No, this is not high
Yeah, this
pitched
is
at
not
all.
high-pitched.
You haven't listened to like the kawaii, like
Yeah.
fucking pop stuff.
Yeah, this is.
I know.
This is like
I know this is like
this is
the
like
easy
mature.
version of it.
Yeah.
This is normal. This is a powerful voice. Yeah.
Yeah, you know nothing, bro. You're so
Yeah.
far from home
Yeah,
right
yeah.
now.
I'm okay with
Oh my God.
I'm okay with just sticking with this end of the spectrum then.
Yeah, Darko and I defend the vocalist here. She's fantastic. And listen to Lightbringer also if you like.
Yeah, you can
Morpheus,
also check
their
out
other project.
Doll's Box, and she was on Dragon Guardians, Dragon Barrios. I think I'm the only person this side of the Greenwich Meridian that likes Dragon Guardian, but
Greenwich
I
Marine. I haven't listened to them. I only know Lightbringer, and I only know a little bit of
yeah,
it.
the thing with Dragon Guardian is that all the albums pretty much are concept albums with characters talking, and everything is in Japanese, so people are put off
Oh,
by
boy.
that. But
What is happening?
But I think it's still really cool, and it's in the same neoclassical style kind of thing.
Okay, cool. All right, so that's Unlucky Morpheus, Change of Generation.
Do you guys have what are your favorite songs off that album? Hit me.
I don't know.
I don't know fucking titles. Make me look it up.
Never
Oh,
mind.
I thought the first real Knight of Sword, which is probably grammatically not correct. Knight of Sword, and then like Cadaver, and then Cadaver backwards. That was really cool.
I liked
those two songs.
the double single backwards forwards
I tried
thing.
to figure out if it's like the same track played.
No, they
reverse or
wrote,
something.
they took the music and wrote it backwards and played that.
That's fucking crazy because the track length is the same too.
Yeah, and it's instead of Cavadur, it's Revadak.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, I don't know. I'm not gonna try to pronounce it. It's a made up word.
Yeah.
But yeah, generally recommend this album.
The title track, Change of Generation, is really, really good. I like the instrumental. I think it was Spartan Army. Lots of that violin on there. Real good.
I
Good shit.
I just went into my Spotify for this, and Spartan Army, I have it saved to my Spotify. So
Sick.
I'd say that was my favorite one.
Good picks. I was going to say the album really shreds. I recommend checking it out for some fast-paced, crazy neoclassical guitar stuff. Also Japan.
Hot take. Japanese power metal did
Hot take.
neoclassical European power metal better than any European band ever did.
Yeah.
I don't.
What?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't like these
Yeah.
big generalizations.
I don't think it's necessary to state this.
I don't think it's
There's
necessary.
Just
Yeah,
bands
no.
that do stuff, and if they do it,
They do
good,
things.
they
We
do
don't have
good.
to like compare them to each other. It's like how people bitch that like, oh, this band sounds too similar to this, but it's like whatever.
I don't like.
You just wrote it. It's fine.
I don't like distinguishing by country. Like,
Yeah.
if you're talking about the style and the style is the same, then why bring up? Oh, this country did it better later. Nah, that's irrelevant.
That makes no sense because you could have like good musicians and writers from a country, and then you can also have shit musicians, probably in the same neighborhood.
Yeah.
Maybe even in the same house. Who knows?
Maybe in the same house. Yeah, maybe I am a terrible songwriter, and my fiance over there, who's probably playing Magic the Gathering, is fantastic. Anyway, do you guys want to talk about Dragony?
Oh yeah.
I know
Sure.
ZF does.
Yeah, I will talk about Dragony. You guys can.
I know Don doesn't.
Spare
but we're gonna make
yourselves if you
ZF
want
do it,
to.
so you don't have to.
Yeah. So
Okay, go on. You requested this review.
I did.
So
I did.
You
There's
do it.
a reason
So-
for this one.
Dragony has their new album, Masters of the Multiverse. They are a band from Austria, and like I like them. Like I think they do fun things. I like how they base their songs off of just like the different nerdy shit that they like. I like their singer Siegfried. He's got a really pretty sounding voice. I think on this album they stepped up their writing for the orchestrations. They sort of started adding in some of the like twinkly shit that Twilight Force does with their newer album. Not as nearly, not to the same degree, but they've started doing that, getting really heavy on those orchestrations.
Yeah, I was actually gonna say this totally reminds me of whatever genre Twilight Force, Heroes of Mighty fucking
Magic.
hot mess magic is.
Yeah, getting into
Yeah.
like the Disney metal thing.
Oh my god.
Now, let me expand on that. So this album, like I want to like it, like, but it frustrates me. It's a frustrating album
Why does
because
it frustrate you?
just about every single song forgets that it's being played by a metal band for almost all of it. Like their verses in particular, like don't have guitars. They'll go so slowly and be so boring the way they do their verses. They're just waiting for them to do the big catchy chorus with the layered vocals and the orchestrations. And that's like the only times they'll kick in the guitars and double bass drums. And, you know, it's fine, but like, I just wish the verses had more going on. Cause like there are a lot of songs where I really like the choruses, like the Neon Wings one and Defenders. I really like the chorus on, but God, stop frustrating me. You could be so good, but you're not. It's like,
I'd say that from my listen, the first few tracks that are the more metally ones, I actually didn't like them a lot. But then,
Oh my gosh. Okay, what is your standout track? I just want to know your standout track in this album, like the one that you remember the most.
I didn't save any particular track, but
If it bleeds, we can kill it. Oh my fucking god! That dance.
when that song came
one.
out, that was the first single, and I'm like, oh shit, I am worried.
Oh, I know. No. I was like, I hate this album, but I fucking love this song.
See that
because I am treating it as my as a, I don't know. This is like it has Battle Beast like synth 80s pop fucking vibes, and it's amazing. I hate the rest of this album though.
I like the slower songs on this album, and I'm not saying they're particularly great. It's just that, I feel like they did better on those non-metally parts of songs than on the actual guitar-loaded parts on songs.
This is not a metal album at all. I don't know.
The thing is,
I don't know what metal is. This isn't in it.
The most guitar-heavy album or most guitar-heavy song on the album is the Iron Price, like a Game of Thrones thing. The second to last track. It's probably my least favorite track. So it's like, is that the reason they didn't do guitar thing? Because they just can't?
Yeah,
because they can't.
I think they are going in a direction that is less riffy, less guitar led.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, maybe this is on purpose. Like, you have this. I wrote down Days of High Adventure, and I wrote
like
down
that
and
one.
It sounds straight up out of Disney.
It's
like,
so silly,
this is like
but
a
it's
princess.
it's a solid ballad. I like that
song.
one.
It's ridiculous. It makes me want to like vomit pink stars.
So my big issue with the album, I like Dragony's old stuff a lot.
Yes, that's the Shadowplay was actually really
But my
Shadowplay was real solid. That's why I was looking forward to this.
Dragony has been good in the past, except the issue with this new album is that it's the last album. It's the exact same song almost, just about like 10 times. It's so samey, and it sounds just like all of their old stuff. It's just there's not a lot going on, I guess, is what I'm trying to get to.
I feel like just about every song does follow like a very, very similar format, even by quote unquote power metal standards. Where it's like, okay, we'll have the drum do like a like a slow thing, and then they might have like one note softly played in the background while the singer's doing something, and then like they'll do like a pre-chorus, they kick up a little bit, and then bring it back down, verse 2, boring shit, and then go back into the pre-chorus and then the proper chorus where things start happening. It's like, oh my god, it's music. How about that?
This is why the dance pop track is so good.
Because it feeds off that formula, and actually it actually works there.
It works really well. I was like, I'm into this.
But yeah, like
screw the rest of the
I
album.
guess it's not bad.
It doesn't need to exist.
Yeah, I wouldn't call it a bad album. Like I said, like it's just to me, it's frustrating.
It's just a dragon. It's a Dragony album. It's very Dragony. It's not bad. It's just the same.
No.
I don't know. A band called Dragony. I don't know what to expect. Sorry, Dragony. I'm sure y'all are lovely, and coming up with names is really hard. Like, I had a hard time naming my Maple Story character.
No, you
didn't. You name him Hansi?
It took like 5 seconds to name your Maple Story character.
Yeah, because I asked you guys, and then you guys were like, Hansi. And then I named my Maple Story character Hansi. Yeah,
so if I could point out my favorite songs on here, or the ones that frustrated me the least, the ones whose choruses I like the most, Defenders, like I said, I'm into. I've actually listened to that one quite a bit. The last track, Eternia Eternal, the Master of the Multiverse, I think is
ridiculous title.
It's ridiculous. That one's pretty cool. And one of the ballads, Days of High Adventure, I thought was pretty sick.
Oh, the Disney one.
The Disney one.
Yeah, the Disney princess.
So watch out, Twilight Force, Dragonies. They're gunning for you.
Twilight Force.
Like, just call them and had them tour together, guys.
Oh yeah, the Disney Princess tour.
The Disney Princess Metal tour.
It's gonna be fantastic.
I'd go to that tour.
We should just start a mosh pit, like, if they ever tour.
I like how If It Bleeds We Can Kill It is about like Predator, and you think it'd be like, it's super badass, but it's like the most dancey song on the album.
It's amazing. Okay, what else did we listen to this week?
Do we want to?
We didn't listen to anything else.
We listened to.
Do we want to?
We listened to Seventh Wonders. Tiara.
Do we want to bring it down before we bring it up, or bring it up and then bring it down?
Can we just talk about it? Okay, we can also sing it.
I love this so much.
All right,
this referring to Darko singing.
All right, first impressions. Go.
This is the first Seventh Wonder album that I have liked, and it is pretty damn good. So, Tiara, it's very clearly split into two halves, right? You've got the first act. It's essentially a musical, right? This album is a musical.
Yeah. It's essentially
a concept album.
Disney's Moana. Did you guys watch that movie?
Oh,
I did.
It's
I
really
haven't watched
good.
it yet.
You need to watch Disney's Moana, because that's basically the same as this album.
Does the album sync up?
Like,
if I play Moana and this album at the same time, will it?
You have to play it backwards.
I did not get Moana from this album at all. I got Arrival and Contact.
It's so little protagonist child has to go on a journey far away to like save her homeland. But instead of like succeeding like Disney's Moana did, she fails.
Spoilers.
And the world dies. Well, it's been out for like a month. Get it?
Also, it's an album. There's like Who cares
It's an
about
album.
spoilers?
Albums can't be spoiled.
They
Okay,
can.
anyway.
I don't know.
I don't think. I
Anyway.
guess some people do listen to music for the story, but
Yeah, full disclosure, I have not read the lyrics of any of the songs, and
Yeah, I haven't
The
either,
only-
even though
well,
like they were sent to me.
just a reminder, since I'm not a native English speaker, I miss way more lyrics than the average listener we have, I guess. So the only lyrics I catch of these and I remember are just the chorus from Tiara's song.
Is Farewell Tiara?
Sing it again.
It's pretty good.
I like singing. I've been singing that chorus ever since I listened to this single. It's so nice.
It's a nice melody, and I like how it comes back in various forms.
Yeah,
Like
they.
a concept
I
so
love
we
that.
talked about the concept albums before, and this album has a motif that they use in different songs to tie the story together, which is farewell.
No way. Like
Tiara, this song is yours.
I love the melody on that
it
motif.
fits with the story. It's so
To the
great.
seven seas it soars. A million voices stand to sing these chorus. Oh,
Nice.
Tiara of our dying shores. And
I
then
love
you
this.
have the violin playing this little melody on the later tracks just to bring you back when it's
At the end of
they
Good
are
Night.
doing the-
At the end of Good
yeah.
Night, they bring in the fiddle to play it.
Yeah,
Oof.
exactly. So
Little
and
folksy
that's-
twinge on it. So good.
and so I don't know the lyrics, but I could tell this was a cohesive story. Maybe mainly on the the first two tracks, maybe not so much, but after the third, fourth track onwards, you can get the sense. Okay, this all ties together.
Well, it's because the
I
first
just
three
feel like-
tracks are like setting up
So-
the
The
premise,
setup. Yeah.
and then
The aliens are
everything after
coming.
that
The
is
Everones
Tiara's
are-
journey.
An immortal. The Everones are an immortal group of aliens who somehow want to go to Earth to like do terrible.
They want to like
things.
kill
No,
Earth.
And
so,
then
so
for
like-
Earth is
some
bad.
reason,
No, so I read the lyrics when I listened to the album for like the gazillionth
okay,
time this
go.
morning.
So I'm not just making stuff up.
You are making stuff up.
Oh shit. Okay.
So yeah, I listened to this album a few times without reading the lyrics, just paying attention to the
See,
music.
they're
It
not
was-
immortal aliens.
Well, they're aliens. I don't know if they're immortal, but
Oh, okay,
They're
cool.
the Everones,
So, yeah.
though. They have to be immortal.
I got that part.
I did
Yes.
the lyrics run through, and I think it's definitely worth doing that because you'll understand like the point of each song and how it plays into the story. I definitely recommend everyone does that. Anyway, the story of this album goes like this: you have the Everones, who are these aliens that come to Earth, and they're like, "Yo, we're sort of like the judges of the galaxy, and humanity is kind of shit, so we're gonna fuck them up." And then in the next song, Dream Machines, humanity's like, "Oh shit, we're not gonna have that. We're gonna go to war with these guys." And then in the next song, Against the Grain, the protagonist, Tiara, this little girl, she goes against the grain and she proposes a non-violent solution. It's like, oh, how about that?
Wow.
Why do people listen to her?
Then-
She's a little girl.
Sense.
Because
But she has
that's
a
the
point.
point of the album is like her like
she's like the
yeah.
only one who
innocence and stuff.
Yeah.
refutes. Everyone else agrees, like, yeah, let's fuck up these alien bitches. But she's like, wait, why don't we just like talk about it first?
Yeah, and so the next song, Victorious, is about humanity saying, "Hey, you know, we've overcome so many things and like made all of our fantasies realities. We can overcome this too. We'll be victorious. Hey, get that?" And so their plan is to send this little girl who managed to sway humanity's opinion off to talk to the aliens and convince them to be peaceful. And then the next three songs, which are probably my favorite songs in the album, because
definitely.
they're so fucking great. The 3-part Farewell, that's all about Tiara's departure from Earth, told from different perspectives. The first one, Tiara's song, is like all of Earth, like saying farewell to her, like, "Oh, you're our hero. Go off and save us. This is great." Though the song is for her from Earth's perspective.
Mm-hmm.
The next one, Good Night. This is where it starts getting heavy. This is where we bring it down. This is her parents struggling
Oh
This is
my
when you
to
God.
start
say
crying.
goodbye to their child.
So sad.
And they're saying like, you know, we know it's tough, but you know, got to be strong. Oh man, it's getting heavy. And then part 3, this is Tiara's thoughts as she's leaving. This is where it gets real depressing because she's thinking about like, I might never come back, and like all these wonderful times in my life I might not get to experience they're beyond today. Oh shit.
She knows she's probably never coming back.
Entirely possible.
So real
'cause
quick,
she's
let's
gonna go talk
let's
to
take
aliens.
let's take a break from the story and talk about the first half of the album because now we've gone through the first act.
Okay.
No. I wanna go through the whole story.
All right. Next up is The Truth. The Truth is like a theme in the album because Tiara and her like idea of peace or whatever is referred to as her truth. And so she presents her truth to the aliens, and she's like, they're offering peace, and she fails at the end of that song. She says, I couldn't do it. The aliens don't go along with it. And so the next song, By the Light of the Funeral Pyres, is I think the heaviest and fastest song on the album, the most power metal-y. And that's the aliens fucking up Earth. That's
the aliens just burning everything down with probably lasers.
Yeah, so everything gets fucked up. Tiara is reunited with her family, which is great, but they also kind of get fucked up.
They also die in a fiery, lasery death.
Then next song, Damnation Below. This is where the aliens kind of start regretting their actions. They start feeling like, oh shit, we kind of fucked up. Maybe we shouldn't have fucking killed everything. And then they, throughout the end of the album with Procession and Exhale, they sort of realize their mistake and they leave Earth because they're swayed by Tiara's sacrifice and how she influenced humanity and selflessly like went alone to sway them.
Oh, wow.
And then it's sort of, there's like an ambiguous ending. Like someone says that they thought they saw Tiara's hand move, like, oh, maybe she's not dead, but it's left ambiguous.
And then the world exhaled.
And then the world exhaled, and Tommy Karevik with the big fucking note, and it's good shit. I love this album.
That's real nice.
Shit.
So
It's real nice.
first impression, track 2, Boom Boom. Is that 2 or is that track 3?
Technically 3 because you have the
It's
Arrival
Dream Machines.
intro.
Okay. Dream Machines, Boom Boom. That'll be fun live. Tommy just says
sure.
Boom Boom.
Boom, boom.
Can you feel it go boom?
I want to go
wow.
boom boom with Tommy. That's great.
Ooh. I think everyone wants to go boom boom with Tommy.
Hey.
Basically, I really love this album. Yeah, I just got into the story, but I loved the music before that. There's so many cool things these guys are doing with the guitars and the keyboards, and especially like the violin at the end of Beyond Today. Oh my god, such good shit.
I just think that because it's opposite day and because I like to offer the other side. I think that the vocals are very strong, but usually Seventh Wonder instrumentation is really like bass and guitar driven, and I didn't really hear that much of that in this entire album actually.
I'm pretty sure they had a bass solo in there at some point.
On the first tracks, like I think the first 3 to 4 tracks, right up till Victorious. Before Victorious, you hear all the guitar and bass, and they are doing their proggy thing. But then in Victorious, you change into this more grandiose scheme, and maybe not that focused on those instruments.
Yes.
Yeah, it's definitely a Tommy emphasized track.
Mm-hmm. Tommy's probably the best part of this album.
It's the only part that I care about, to be honest. The rest is just terrible.
Yeah.
I think this album has very, very strong melodies, main melodies.
It does have very strong melodies.
And everything else is just, okay, it's being an accessory to it, but in a way that I might not like. I wouldn't recommend this for its guitar work or for its anything else, maybe. But I just told you, listen to this. Now that I know the story, that makes a lot of sense with what I've heard.
It does make a lot of sense.
That makes for a good concept album.
I kind of guessed. I guessed some of it correctly.
Yeah, same. Maybe not the details of the ending, but the farewell being the 3 different aspects and not just one thing after the other. That makes a lot of sense to me. And the fact that you said that the first tracks are like setting up the stage, that makes sense to me as well, because they feel a bit disconnected from the rest. Like they are in
it's basically the first 3 main songs like set up the aliens, humanity, and then Tiara herself.
Yeah, I think that's,
and then from there the story gets going.
I think it's a good recommendation to listen to this actually.
Yeah, the album for me went from like an 8 out of 10 to a 9 out of 10 once I like listened to the lyrics with it.
Oh, so this is
I'm throwing arbitrary numbers at
this
you.
is a good album to sit down and listen to while reading the lyrics and doing that.
Yes,
definitely.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Definitely,
we should all practice that.
I did that this morning to like be informed for the discussion today.
Wow, homework.
Yeah.
I take my job seriously.
Oh, we're very professional here.
See, I looked up the lyrics to Good Night and Beyond Today specifically because they're so powerful. Those songs are very moving and powerful.
Yeah. They're very it's very emotional even without looking up the lyrics. It's just the delivery of the vocals.
So like the chorus on Good Night is fucking phenomenal. So good night but not goodbye, close your eyes and learn to fly. You can, if you try, be the bravest astronaut this world has ever seen. Come on. That's so sad. Coming from the parents
it's
to
very
Tiara.
sad.
They're like, oof. I can't
Get that
describe
context
it.
going. Oh,
I can't describe the feeling that it gives me. It gives me the willingness.
I'm gonna go out there. I'm gonna say Beyond Today, Ballad of the Year. Easy.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Easy.
Oh, you guys, big generalization of the year.
Come at me.
This should be a category. Don't at me, bro.
You know, when we do the like album or the year review in January or whatever, that's totally a thing I'm gonna mention.
That's a candidate for big generalization of the year.
There's one thing that I like to point out with the farewell part 2 and part 3 is that maybe I don't think they'd be as strong without the album. Out of context, it won't have the same impact.
That's true.
Because you have, like I said before, you have those little counter melodies that show up in the backing that are actually like what I assume now it's Tiara's theme and other stuff from before. And the way it hits you is because you have already established a relationship with those motifs, with those melodies, and you know what they represent. So you know what this is happening to this character in relation to this situation, and that's why it hits you so strongly.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it was a very good choice to release. I think they released Tiara's song as a single before. I'm pretty sure of that.
Yeah.
They did,
And I know I wasn't really into it as the single, but with the whole album together, I appreciate it a lot more.
And the fact that chorus is like the main Tiara's theme that shows up later, I think it was a great move because it made us get familiar with that melody beforehand. So it was all the more powerful by the time we listened to the whole thing.
Yeah, I think at the time we were confused at the single, but it was their plot all along to get us attached to that melody and to the character.
It definitely got Darko attached to the melody.
Yeah,
yes,
I'm in love with that.
Do you hear it in your dreams?
Powerful
Darko?
Karaoke.
What?
Do you hear it in your dreams? Do you dream about Tiara's victory?
No.
Or her
I have
defeat.
No, I haven't dreamed.
And the destruction of the world.
I didn't know the story till now. First, I just knew that I have been even singing it wrong because I didn't know the lyrics. I just looked them up now.
Oh, you just
make up your own lyrics.
Yeah, I was just saying farewell Tiara, this is your song. Oh Tiara, something. Sure.
For you.
Yeah.
Oh, Tiara.
They rhyme Tiara with Sahara.
They get real creative with how Tommy says Tiara sometimes.
Just roll with it. Just roll with it.
Rhyming's hard.
Yeah, I think it's really good. I really like it. As I said, it was a great Tommy performance. Overall, recommended. It's probably no one could say that this is a power metal album.
No,
but
it's not at all.
We like it so
prog
much.
Metal.
We like it so much. That's why we talk about it.
Yeah, but you guys, I was gonna ask whether like other Seventh Wonder fans was this worth the wait. But you guys don't really like the rest of Seventh Wonder, do you?
I like it. I just haven't listened to it enough to be super into it. I really like the random song they released a couple years ago. Was it the great
Inner Enemy?
The maze thing. Was it a maze?
Hey.
It's like the long song from a couple years ago.
The Promise.
Yeah, that.
Yeah, from an album that they killed in like 2014.
Yeah, I really like that song. That was like my first exposure to them. I've listened
really?
to Mercy.
Okay.
I'm behind. I listened to Mercy Falls and Great Escape like once each, and I thought,
Oh my god. So when you talk about music associations, I think this was like 7, 8 plus years ago. I listened to both Great Escape and Mercy Falls like on repeat so many times. I fucking love Mercy Falls. It's the instrumentation on there is way better than this one. So I think this album is like okay to me.
yeah, like I need to go back
I do
and listen
like
to
it.
those
I
more.
do like it a lot for the vocal performance. But as a Seventh Wonder album, like I'm happy, but it's not like peak Seventh Wonder, I guess. Whatever that means.
I'll go back and give their other albums some more proper run throughs, if I'm not too busy like playing Red Dead or something. But
Yeah.
that's
Cool.
that's my take on Tiara. I very much enjoyed it, and I recommend people read it along with the lyrics.
Yeah, it's a cool concept album. Totes not power metal, so don't get the wrong impression.
By
But
the
if you
Light
like,
of the Funeral Pyres is pretty power metal. That one kicks
if
it
you
up.
like, if you like strong vocal performances, because I know power metal fans love good vocalists. This is a good like vocalist album.
This album's way better than the Shadow Theory.
Yeah.
So
The what? The what? It doesn't. Wait, what are you talking about?
I don't know.
I've never heard of it.
It doesn't exist.
It doesn't exist. Camelot's last album was Haven. Like,
What are they doing?
What
What's Camelot doing
about?
these days? Not writing albums?
I don't know. They're like touring, but I'm not sure what they're playing. Probably Haven. There's like 3 minutes of silence on occasion during a tour. I don't really know what's going on. I mean, it was a good show, but you know.
Damn.
All right. So I think that just about wraps it up for this episode.
We've got upcoming stuff. I just wanted to
We do.
point out.
We're at like a lot of time, but
No,
let's
we'll run through quick.
Let's briefly run through upcoming stuff.
Yeah, so Darkmoor. Wait, no, why are these out of order? Fuck. Next up, Dire Peril. The Extraterrestrial Compendium, a partnership between our boys, Jason Ashcraft and John Yellen, both of whom have been on this very podcast. Their album for their project, all sci-fi based shit, is coming out on November 9th.
Their debut, apparently.
Very much. Their debut, yeah, because they've just been,
I guess,
fucking around,
yeah,
apparently.
I thought they had already had a full release, but I guess it was just EPs.
No, it was
fucking around.
But
with
I guess this is their
bands
debut.
Called Judicator and Helion Prime.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that one. Check that out, November 9th.
Pre-order
Dire
it if
Peril.
you didn't already. It'll be good shit.
check the
It's
singles.
going to come out very soon after this episode.
That's true.
Check the singles. They have one of their songs, which was already released on their original EP. They re-recorded it. It's one where Brittany Slays from Unleash the Archers is
yes.
featured because they are all friends, and it's a really
She's
cool
on main
song.
vocals, and John does some amazing harmonies. And it sounds like it could have been on a track straight off of Brave New World by Iron Maiden. Super good.
Check it out.
All right. What else? Come on, quick.
Vianity. They've got a new album coming out called Legend of the Starborn on November 27th. Vianity is a pretty cool band. They make nice power metal, and I
I just
recommend their
know
last
they made
album.
that song that goes, "When humanity's gone."
Yeah, that one.
Words.
Yeah, they have a single
Other words.
out. I don't remember the name of it, but it's good. And oh shit, on reviews, a couple albums that came out recently that we didn't dig into in
Yeah,
depth.
no, this is a lot. We're listing and regurgitating. I'm not sure how useful this would be because a lot of this is going to be out already.
Yeah.
I really like Skullfist. I'm not sure if you guys do. Maybe Dawn
I haven't
does.
listened to it.
I love Skullfist. They're like Enforcer Light. It's like heavy metal / speed metal stuff. I haven't listened to it yet because it just came out yesterday and I was busy playing MapleStory.
No big deal. NVD.
But no big deal. NVD. Just leveling up little Hansi. Yeah.
A couple other albums.
What else is coming out?
Two things that came out recently that I'll talk about for like 2 sentences. Guardians of Time has a new album called Tearing Up the Universe. Thought it was fine. Yeah, you can check that out. I'd give it like a decent out of listenable.
Decent out of meh.
Yeah.
Cool.
Orion's Reign had a new album called Scores of War. This one, they went really hard on like the symphonic side on this one. I actually liked it quite a bit.
Oh dear God.
I liked it. I did like a super quick listen before we did the recording today, and I liked it better than Orion's Reign other stuff. So if you're into like overly symphonic power metal, check out Orion's Reign. And anyway, back to the upcoming albums.
One more. Iron Flame had a release at the end of September last month called Tales of Splendor and Sorrow.
I forgot to listen to that.
That album fucking rips. Okay. It is awesome. Check it out.
Cool.
Great guitars, and it just shreds from start to end. So check it out.
I would type it in, but I have like a mechanical keyboard with blue switches, and they're really loud.
You can just mute yourself for 2 seconds.
Oh, this is a lot of coordination. I can't. Okay.
Anyway.
Any other albums that you guys want to plug in like 2 seconds? By the way, this is all going to be in the show notes. You don't have to write this down.
And last one I'll plug, Marius Danielson's Legend of Valley Doom Part 2. The album with a gazillion metal people involved. I don't know how this guy networks all of them, but props to him.
Maybe we'll find out. I hope we find out.
Anyway, that album comes out.
I have so many questions for this guy.
November 30th, they have a single called Temple of the Ancient Gods. It's got Daniel Hyman back on power metal.
I didn't even know that guy was still like in music.
He's alive.
He's probably like he's probably like working at IKEA.
He has a hard.
He does hardcore.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought he just
hard rock.
Oh, they said hardcore.
Hard rock. Sorry, no.
He gave up on singing and just like learned how to do like all the screams.
That would be that'd be really funny to drop out of power metal and go into hardcore. That would be really funny.
Go into punk and hardcore. Yeah.
Imagine Fabio is the front man for a hardcore band.
Oh my God. You can ask Weird Al to do it.
Oh my God.
That'll be close enough. Right? Okay, so is that all?
That's I think so. Everything I wanted to talk about.
That's a wrap. We did it. Guys.
Stay tuned for more.
All right, so that just about ends our episode. We if you made it this far, we hope you enjoyed it, had a good time. We hope you had a nice commute to work or wherever you're listening to this. And don't forget to follow our shit for other great power metal related content. Powerful-podcast.com. Subscribe to us on iTunes and stay powerful.
Stay powerful.
Yeah, stay powerful.
Yeah.
Done. You have to say it last.
Stay powerful.
Yeah.
Jingle.